If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. This is what hard feels like. Did you expect it not to be? Did you expect this thing you're trying to achieve to be easy? Every other person feels the exact same way. They feel the hunger, the fatigue, and the lack of motivation. They're all trying to keep their business going, their relationships steady, and everything else in their life on track. So when you feel this way, know that it's your opportunity to separate yourself from the pack. That's the point. Some of you need to get tired. You need to be tired of what's going on in your life. Let discipline be your guide, not how you feel. Because if you do that, you'll find freedom. Discipline equals freedom. If you let your feelings dictate what you do, you'll end up a slave to them. But if you use discipline, you will achieve ultimate freedom in everything you do. So, here are the 3 things you need to stop doing immediately. Stop regretting the past. Don't forget it, learn from it. Then get better so you don't make the same mistakes again. Stop worrying about the future. Psychologists have found that 85% of what people worry about never happens. What a waste of your time and precious energy. Stop looking for your happiness in other people. Other people cannot and will not ever make you happy. Happiness is an inside job. You need to work on your own happiness and then bring that happiness to the world. You are one decision away from a different life, and you can make that decision any moment. A single choice can change the entire trajectory of your life. Never lose sight of the core of your dream. You're not done yet. And remember, not now doesn't mean not ever. Not this way doesn't mean not at all. Don't give up on your dream. You are your only limit. Let's be real. You won't always be motivated, but you have to learn to be disciplined enough to keep going. We're often afraid to take the first step because all we see are the negative things 10 miles down the road. But you can do anything you want. You are bound by nothing. I love the quote, "Every guy essentially has 2 lives, and the second one starts once you realize you only have one." It's so true. You only get one shot at this, so you might as well make it count. That's what the great ones do. They harness their resources, their mental focus, physical energy, willpower, gifts, and time, and concentrate them on just a few things. If you could strip away all the noise and complexity in your life and focus on just a few things, you would, of course, be brilliant at them. Everyone wants to feel like a winner. So, how do you get that feeling? The simple answer is, you win. How do you win? You cross the finish line. Successful people have a secret. They set up finish lines for themselves that they can actually cross. If you complete a task of any value, it's like winning a little bit, and it makes you feel like a winner. Start, work, and complete the task. Silence the voice of doubt inside you. Let your actions speak louder than your fears. Your dreams are built on the thoughts you choose to believe. Remember the spotlight effect. We think everyone is looking at us and judging us, when in reality, everyone is just focused on themselves. No one is looking at you. No one really cares about what you're doing because they're too concerned with their own lives. This should be liberating. It should encourage you to live according to your own values and principles. The only person you need to impress is yourself. You are the bloodline breaker. You are the one who can decide to break the generational curses and negativity in your family. It's going to take you getting angry, getting stirred up. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, is this who I'm supposed to be? If it's not, you can make a decision today to change history just by waking up and taking action. The power of perspective. Life isn't fair. Where you are born and the circumstances of your early childhood have an outsized impact on your life. Bad people win and good people lose all the time. But within that dark context, there are bright spots. The world may never be truly fair, but it will always belong to those who make the most of what they have. Be grateful for what you have and make the most of today. I want you to know that you are enough. No matter what you've been through, you are enough. The number one cause of so much of our pain is not feeling like we are enough. Just because you've had some bad chapters doesn't mean your story can't end well. Every story has bad chapters. It's about you finding the strength to turn the page. Turn your pain from your worst enemy into your best friend. Time and consistency are a powerful combination. Time is already passing, so all you have to do is a little bit every day. The hard part isn't doing a little, it's doing it every single day. But whether you do it or not, the time will pass anyway. If you aren't willing to give it your all, you are just wasting your time. The path to success is not going to be easy. You will suffer. You will face hardship. There will be days when you don't feel like moving forward. But if you can push through it, if you are willing to give it 110%, you will achieve your goals. Don't quit. You have come so far already. Look back at the beginning. See how much ground you've covered. It wasn't easy, but you did it. Perspective is everything. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You can either see mistakes as roadblocks or as opportunities to grow. When you shift your perspective, the way you deal with those things changes drastically. You have to bite off more than you can chew and then chew like hell. All of your growth will come from pushing beyond your current limit. Life is tough, but you are making it. And wherever you are right now is where you're supposed to be. It's a part of your journey, and it all ends well. Intentional versus crisis change. We say we want to get better. We say we want to make a change. But is it true? The Stoics had an expression, acta non verba, which means deeds, not words. Most of us say we want to improve, but we can't or won't do the bare minimum. In life, you either change intentionally or you change because of a crisis. Most of the time, we change because we got dumped, got ripped off, or lost everything. We change because the worst-case scenario happened. The people who change intentionally are way ahead of everyone else. If you can change without a crisis forcing you to, you are ahead of 99% of people. It's not even a question. You have to be willing to risk going too far to find out how far you can go. It always looks impossible when things change, when something ends. It feels impossible when you keep telling yourself the old story, because in that old story, you can't see a better future. But that's your job. Your number one job each day is to bring the best of who you are and move in the next right direction for you. You don't have to know all the steps. Just move in the right direction of integrity for yourself. If you do that faithfully, over and over again, you will keep growing. If you stop growing, it's because you're stuck in an old story, old patterns, and old thoughts. And when you're mired in that, you can't see or move. When we focus on getting to the finish line, we disrespect the process of where we are right now. We look to the finish line because our current situation might be a low point. But that low is an opportunity to learn and grow. You never grow from crossing the finish line. You grow in the process of getting there. It's tough to be patient in that weakness, but it is transformative. Just focus on being the best you can be for that day. It's not about perfection. It's about progression. Just show up every day and make the most of it. One step at a time, one moment at a time. Think about where you will be in a year, 2 years, or 3 years if you just do that. Your past is your story. Whether it's a missed opportunity, a breakup, a stupid decision, or just an unfortunate event, there's something in your past that is weighing on you and affecting your ability to operate day to day. Why is that? And how do you fix it? You have to understand one simple thing. Your past is your story. That dark shadow that haunts your mind will eventually become the very stepping stone that brings you closer to the person you strive to be. The world will see you as you see you. When you see yourself in a certain way, the world respects that and sees you that way as well. We create the image that the world accepts. And yet, most people think the world tells them what to be. They get told no a few times and decide, okay, I'll just be small and live a regular life. Then they wonder why their life is the way it is. It's because you're not seeing yourself the way you should be. And if you can't see yourself that way, you need to build yourself into someone who can. Some days, the win is just showing up. You don't need to be at your best every single day to make progress. You just need to stay in the game. Progress is made in the moments when you keep going, when your mind is telling you to stop. Don't overthink it. Just show up for yourself today. One step at a time. Don't waste your life. Set your goals high. Quit thinking about what's wrong and start thinking about what's right. Love a little more, hate a little less. You have no idea what you're capable of doing. Make up your mind today that you are going to figure it out. It's not about what you're capable of, it's about what you're willing to do. Don't let any experience you've ever had act as a brake on your potential. There are hundreds of thousands of people who have had it worse than you could ever imagine, who have gone on to accomplish wonderful things. People think they need to find their passion, but you don't find it, you create it. You create it by getting good at something. And to get good at something, you have to start by doing something you suck at. Then you get good. Then you like it. Then people will ask you how you found your passion, and the answer is, by starting when you sucked and not giving up. Trust the discomfort. Your success isn't a matter of chance. It's not a matter of whether you're skilled or brave enough. Where does the vision you have for your future come from? Do you truly believe something so pure could just stumble into existence? This relationship you have with your vision for a better life is intimate. It's a raw feeling. It could never be an accident. Every morning, you have to consciously reprogram your subconscious mind. You have to deconstruct the self-limiting beliefs, self-doubts, and negative opinions of others that have held you down your whole life. If not you, then who? You're taking your spot for granted when there are a million others who wish they could have it. If not you, then who? Nobody. Every great thing ever created was created by a human being. And you are a human being just like them. You have access to more information and faster learning than anyone who has ever existed before you. So what is it about you that makes you incapable? The answer is nothing. The real obstacle is the belief in your ability to achieve things that nobody you've ever seen has done. That is our limiting belief. The only way to evolve and step into everything that is meant for you is to be willing to embrace the discomfort of leaving what's known. Those feelings and emotions aren't because you can't do it. They are because you're stepping into something that is not the norm. That's going to bring you feelings of frustration, a lack of clarity, and anxiety. Trust it. Those emotions are just signs that you're stepping out of your comfort zone into something new. It's part of the process of shifting into a more aligned, authentic version of yourself. The human brain cannot comprehend the negative. If you focus on the obstacles, that's all you will see. Instead of saying, I can't, say, I'm going to keep doing this. Focus on the actions you want to take, not the ones you want to avoid. If you focus on the path through the trees, that's all you will see. It's your choice how you perceive your life and your career. It's all about perspective. When you give your all every day, your gifts will make room for you. It's about having a deep inner knowing that everything will be fine. There's a difference between push motivation and pull motivation. Push motivation is that intense willpower you use to force things to happen. We all have it. But willpower has a limit. Pull motivation, however, has no limit. It's when you're so obsessed with serving a magnificent purpose that you don't lose energy. You're driven by a passion that pulls you forward, allowing you to laugh and enjoy the journey. The greatest fear isn't of failure itself, but of never reaching your potential. It's the fear of always falling short, always quitting, always procrastinating, and then one day, looking back and realizing you could have been great. Life has a way of pulling you in every direction. We're told to fight and hustle for control, as if that's the only way to create the life we want. We cling to our plans and expectations. But the truth is, life doesn't work like that. No matter how much you plan or fight, there will always be things you can't control. And the more you resist, the harder life pushes back. What if, instead of fighting, you surrendered to it? Not in defeat, but in trust. Trust that even when things don't go as you imagined, they can still go as they're meant to. When you stop resisting, you let go of the illusion of control and find something unexpected: peace, clarity, and freedom. Surrender is not giving up. We're taught that control equals safety, that if we just plan enough, we can avoid pain and failure. But control is a myth. You can't control other people, the world's curveballs, or the unexpected twists life will inevitably throw at you. What you can control is your response, your mindset, your actions, and your ability to adapt. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you free yourself from anxiety and frustration. You shift your focus to what truly matters: your growth, resilience, and ability to create meaning no matter the circumstances. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or not trying. It means releasing your grip on what you can't control. It's about letting go of the need for life to look a certain way and trusting that you will be okay even if it doesn't. It's about flowing with life instead of fighting it. The storm you're in isn't trying to destroy you, it's trying to shape you. When you stop resisting, you give yourself the chance to grow. Resistance is exhausting. It's the mental battle we fight every time life doesn't go our way. Letting go of resistance means you stop wasting energy on things you can't change. It's about accepting your current reality, not as a final destination, but so you can move forward with clarity. In this acceptance, you find the freedom to take meaningful action. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you respond. You can choose to grow, to adapt, to create something beautiful out of the chaos. The smallest step can create momentum. Life doesn't always make sense in the moment, but when you look back, you realize the detours were leading you right where you were meant to be. Trusting the process means believing that no matter what happens, you will find a way to grow and create meaning from it. Here's the paradox. The moment you let go of control, you gain it. Not control over life, but control over yourself, your mindset, your emotions, your ability to move forward. Surrender isn't giving up your power. It's taking it back. It means finding freedom not in controlling life, but in trusting it. The tighter you hold on, the more life slips through your fingers. But when you let go, you give yourself the chance to truly live. The power of perspective and choice. 150,000 people died yesterday. Do you realize that? Yet, you are still here, and you can't find something to be grateful for. You're complaining about tiny struggles. All of those who died yesterday would gladly change places with you. You're alive. You have food, water, and shelter. You have so much to be grateful for. Life isn't about having what you want. It's about being grateful for and wanting what you already have. Your heart, mind, and actions must be in alignment. When your heart is set on one thing but your actions are doing another, your energy is scattered. When everything is aligned, what you feel, think, say, and do, your energy can flow freely. If life were nothing but green lights, what would be the point? We need the yellows and the reds. That's how we evolve. Go fail more. The people on the sidelines with the thumbs down, they're there for a reason. As Freud said, in retrospect, the struggle will strike you as most beautiful. The worst moments of your life are integrated into who you are, and you wouldn't be where you are without them. We are incredibly good at convincing ourselves that what happened was for the best. So, why torture yourself in the meantime? Give yourself some of that grace now. Anxiety is just your mind catastrophizing about the future, triggering an alarm in your body. When you find yourself worrying, count backward from 5 and ask yourself, what if it all works out? You can't argue with that possibility. This helps you interrupt the negative thought pattern and insert a new, stabilizing one. Familiarity feels safe. We are programmed to avoid discomfort, to stay small, to play the victim, and to seek validation. We are programmed to seek safety. But it is your responsibility to take ownership of your programming, or you will live life asleep. The unstoppable you. The energy you give is the energy you get. This applies to everything: your mindset, your words, the people you surround yourself with. Make sure your vibration and energy are high. Embrace where you are with a bigger vision in your heart and mind. A vision helps you see past your current circumstances, knowing that your struggles are just a stepping stone in a greater journey. It's harder to keep pushing, but that's what makes you a legend. The great ones are always trying to get better. Nothing fails like success. Once you've achieved something, you must keep pushing to evolve. Self-love is often just doing the things you don't want to do but know are good for you, while being kind to yourself in the process. You will never feel ready to do things that scare you. Your brain is designed to protect you, and change requires risk. If you want to change your life, you must make a decision to change your life. Start right now to feel healthy, prosperous, and loved. The universe will correspond to the nature of your song and manifest it into your reality. Avoidance is just another form of fear. The real courage comes when you decide to face things head-on. The discomfort doesn't disappear, but you prove to yourself that you are in control. What's the worst that can happen? We've all experienced pain and frustration, and yet, here we are. The real tragedy is not doing what you want to do and never knowing what could have been. The hardest part about change is not making the same choices you made the day before. Once you accept that you're going to be uncomfortable, you can choose to rehearse a new version of yourself. You can close your eyes and imagine the person you want to become, which will install the neurological hardware in your brain to make it a reality. Your thoughts lead to actions, actions to habits, and habits to your lifestyle. Your lifestyle dictates who you are. The path to greatness. Your path to greatness may require you to leave friends behind. You might outgrow the way they think and act. You may spend so much time trying to bring them along that you forget to chase your own dreams. When are you going to start doing it for you? You don't need their support, their love, or their respect. The only love and respect you need are your own. This is the season of your life to do it for yourself. Being alone can be a harsh necessity, but it can also be an opportunity to speak to the only person who is always on the same page, you. You have the belief to accomplish any task, no matter the odds, the difficulty, or the adversity. That's self-confidence. If you wait to be perfect before you start, you may never start. Excellence is a process. It happens when you do your best over and over again. You don't have to be perfect to begin, to appreciate yourself, or to be loved. You can all walk a straight line on the ground without a problem. But if you take that same line and put it 20 stories high with no safety rail, the fear of falling will make you fall. The superpower lies in removing that fear. People get frustrated because they think they can achieve their goals in one leap. But if you picture your goals as building a bridge across a crevice, every brick you lay is progress, a new skill you've learned. The walking across the bridge is the outcome, but the building of it is the true achievement. The best way to avoid burnout is to stop living someone else's dream. Stop waking up every morning to help them fulfill their vision and start working toward yours. We all feel pain, loneliness, and a lack of purpose. The source of much of this pain is often our social life, misunderstanding and misreading people. It drains our energy and makes us feel aimless. But growing is the opposite of dying. To grow is to open up and bring light into the darkness. Every decision matters. Every single one, no matter how small, contributes to either your progression or regression. The more consecutive good decisions you make, the more their impact exponentially increases. Never underestimate the power of your gift of choice. Every season of life has an expiration date, both the good times and the bad. The grief will pass, but your good times will too. Be grateful for the good times and learn to love your struggles. You don't have to understand why something happened, but you must learn to love it as a part of your experience. Positive thinking is important, but a more effective strategy is less negative thinking. About 70% of our negative thoughts go unnoticed. Just cutting them down can provide you with more clarity and energy than trying to force positive thoughts. You have to commit to the process without being emotionally attached to the results. All the great ones have an unstoppable belief in themselves. Even when they lose, they learn and come back stronger. They see distractions as missions that try to sway them from their path. Why do you listen when your boss tells you to do something, but you couldn't care less when you tell yourself to do something? Why do you set an alarm to get to work on time, but no alarm to show up for yourself? The obvious consequences at work are clear, but you don't see the consequences of poor self-respect. Tell yourself to do things and do them because you said so. That is the key to overcoming yourself. It has taken your whole life to become who you are today, so don't get upset if becoming a new person doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a journey, not a project you can knock out in a couple of days. You have to be singular, inflexible, and unyielding in your own work. The struggle to achieve becomes its own reward. A good life isn't an easy life. A good life is a life that makes you into a good person. And that, my son, is a hard life. The reality is that bad days are in store for all of us. They're guaranteed. The question is it really worth wasting perfectly good days fearing the bad ones?